So we've got a Friday meltdown on our hands, and we've got yen carry trade risk on deck for the weekend. Don't say we didn't warn you here. Let's get into it with our daily SPY analysis. Doing the video a little early here. I want to get this kind of some real-time action right now. But Spider's down 1.74, triple Q's down 2%. Again, it's Friday, 221.25. You're looking at Nvidia down 4% on the day. And again, we talked about this yesterday. You know, I've been bull for like 2 years basically. We kind of said there was a problem here yesterday. And if you like to avoid problems, you can subscribe to the channel, like, comment on the video, and share it. If you get 200 shares, or excuse me, 200 likes, 50 comments, 20 shares per video for the next 2 weeks, I'll give away a free membership to Active Trader, maybe even swing trades. So don't forget to do that. Also, come find me on carnivoretrades.com if you want to avoid all these problems, because this morning de-risked everything. And we've had volatility for a few days now, and I told you guys that was a good trade here. And you can see VIX here up 6.5, vol itself up 20% here on the VIX. We'll probably go to 20. And you can see right now, SPX, you can take a look. There's our free Gamma Boy feature, and get this too with Active Trader. But yeah, we're going to 6,000 most likely here on SPX. So ton of put exposure. That should be about it for the day. I didn't think we'd go much past 60.50 today. I thought they would save this for Monday, to be honest, but you can see the cause, right? Dollar yen, you know, close to free fall. What the tip off was, though, for me to kind of confirm it, was KRE yesterday, and more so like JP Morgan. XLF, look at broker dealers. Right? We've been saying, look, if broker dealers ever come down, you know, it's a real problem because this thing has just been parabolic forever. But yeah, banks, when there's weakness in the banks for any time at any given reason, in fact, especially when there isn't news, it's usually a tip off. And again, yesterday I talked about those bond losses in Japan. We may be seeing some, we could see some margin calling over the weekend. Now, could this just be a fat shakeout? It's certainly possible, but that's what left tail risk is, right? We don't know if it's going to happen. We know that the risk is there. And then we see signs in the tape saying, look, the small caps are really weak here. And by the way, that's a failure, massive failure inside bar pattern on the Russell. And you also, obviously today, you know, with that outside move on the Dow there, failure on the pennant. But we saw the weakness in the Russell. We saw the weakness in banks yesterday. We saw the dollar yen. And I knew there was a lot of VIX call buying. We alerted you of that too. And at first I didn't think it was much here. But then once I saw those other things kind of put together, I said, okay, somebody's in front of this here. So in any case here, let's take a look. Spider's getting closer. SPX close to 6K. That should be about it for the day. Triple Qs here just getting roasted. And I would assume around 525. Look at this. We just back inside of that pennant. Let me just see. I just kind of doing this in real time here. Yeah, I'm just going to say 525 for now because that's about, you know, the dollar away. 6,000, 10 points. Yeah, I would say it's about close. We're going to get there, and then we should bounce here for the end of the day. But this is going to be a big level, big gamma level. But nonetheless, I mean, you know, you had a higher high here, and you failed to break out. I told you last week, what's the bear case, right? The bear case is you make a new all-time high, and then it fails. So there it is. We'll see if they follow through. The other thing, too, is dealers aren't going to come and save this right now. This is a fresh Opex cycle. It's a fresh VIX cycle. So, you know, you're going to lose that. You're going to lose that supportive flow. It could go into March Opex. So we could be seeing some serious. I mean, we could get down to this trend line here. I mean, I could see that on Monday if we gap down. You know, if we don't gap down, you know, it could just be a big money grab. But that's why I said don't bet on this. Just hedge and de-risk. And I'm pretty happy that I did that here today. And I know members are. Been getting some thank you messages today, and I appreciate all that with all you guys. But anyways, yeah, 6K here coming into play. We'll have to see what happens Monday. There's, you know, we gap down though, and there's margin selling. If something happens, we get news over the weekend, which is probably what's going to happen. Just watch out. I don't buy until a support reclaims, at least on a day trading basis. For swings, I got to just see the open Monday, but this is definitely a very good sell here and nice outside move. Also, was very interesting. You can't even make this up. And credit to Jared here for finding this one. But look at this. So new thing with thing potential discovered in that country. I can't use any of those words, can I? But take a look here. It looks like almost exactly right. Like little dip Thursday and then a big dip Friday, and then there's your Opex cycle. Again, not to say that that's going to happen. It's very rare to see something like that, but it looks a lot like it though, doesn't it? So we'll see here. Q's getting into 526, bouncing. I'm seeing a lot of stuff get into some pretty good levels here, at least for the day. Google 180, that should hold. Meta's overshot my support, but I think that bounces back up to 690 or so by end of day. Broadcom actually holding up okay. Microsoft into like a 410. That should be supportive. Apple's been kind of trying to lift the world here, but even that's coming back in right now. So a little bit of a safety play. Also, another thing too, speaking of safety, Utes and healthcare holding up very well. And that's even with, if UNH wasn't down off that news, XLV would be flying. And XLP also up as well. The LT is up as well. What's down? Small caps, tech, and stuff, high risk, banks. What else is down? Oil. It's almost like that kind of recession type look. So again, not to get too bearish here, but that's just kind of the configuration I see. Anyway, home builder's getting whacked too. So XHB in trouble. We've been talking about that for a while. But anyway, 6K. He has probably going to hold for now. That's about it. We had a little capitulation candle there a few minutes ago. Some volume up, taking the Dow hitting. Yeah, look at the Dow here. UNH having a lot to do with that, and Caterpillar taking a good hit also. So anyway, but yeah, there's a diamond there. Yeah, look at that trend line around 430. That could come into play Monday if we continue down. IWM back into the 200 again. We'll see what happens. I would just say 215 is your next level, and then really kind of like down to 210. If they don't save this, Monday morning, if they don't rug pull it Monday morning, but I think we've done a lot of damage here. SMH lower high, so not good there. IGV broke down. They're down 3 1/3. That ended up taking a $1 loss on this, but it could have been like 4, right? So I got out of pretty much, most of my swings. Anything I didn't feel comfortable holding through a big drawdown, and luckily it bought volatility the other day, so that's been acting well. My champion right now is NVO. That's up 5 1/4 here. So anyway, transports. Oh, there's another one. Transports down big too, down 2 7, 2 3/4. It's just not really a good. It does have potential for high or low though. I'll give it that. But yeah, rates here down. ZT up nicely. Here, we'll go to the actual rate chart. There's Ether getting smoked too. All right, where's our rate chart? 2-year, down 7 basis points. 5s, 10s, 30s, all down as well. And TLT going right for that magical number. Who could have predicted that it was going to go back towards $90? Oh yeah, that's right. So there it is at $90 or $89.75. And if this wants to keep going higher, I think 93 is doable by March Opex. Yeah, XHB down. I told you about ITB at 100. That got through that pretty nicely, and that just went right through. VNQ engulfing candle, but not, out of all things, this is actually not bad. You still have a bull inside bar here. So VNQ is managing to hang in there. This is a tough sector right now. So it's taking the blows in stride. XLF again down 1 1/4. Maybe a little now that we say it, might be a little head and shoulder there on the 4 hour. So that could be like 3. So just say $50, maybe 49. That would take you down to this little shelf here. In fact, I bet you it lines up with a fib. Yeah, you got the 2 fibs in there. 49, 4 hour 200 MA, 618, right in that vicinity. So we could see retraces into these areas here. Gold selling off a little bit now as well. Talk about that in a second. Yeah, KRE down 2.5. So kind of losing that structure there. And KBE and broker dealers here. I divergent high, don't like that. Oil down. Still hasn't taken out the low though, or the $70 handle. So it's not terrible yet. It is down 3% though. I don't have a play on oil here. I would just love a flush out on it, honestly. I'd like a real one, but we'll see. XLE is down, but it's really not down that badly. And it really wasn't down all that much until the afternoon when like the bottom really fell out of SPY. So it was actually holding up fairly well until kind of that mid-afternoon. So believe it or not, the XLE only down 2% with crude down big. So XOP down and OIH as well. So big outside move there. I've avoided these plays for a little while here. CCJ, we talked about that, bear in sidebar. It tried to get a failure, a little liquidity grab, and that the failure failed, right? And that continued down. And you can see URNM here getting roasted. We've been warning about these, you know, NJ there. And nukes down too. So pretty much everything getting hit, you know. If there's margin selling, if we get news over the weekend, it doesn't really matter what it is. It's probably going to get hit. And nat gas holding up. It's up 2 1/4. That's still hanging in there. So this is the crazy uncle of the market. It kind of doesn't matter. It's in its own world. Dollar index green today, but again, it's about the yen. That's really the story, and that's kind of in free fall or close to it. I don't know how much this pivot's going to support it right now. Gold. So this should hold up well. If there's margin selling, it will go down though, but it will bottom before everything else, and then it'll go up to 30.76 on the futures. Silver, not as much. It can go a little bit farther down, but I still think it's okay, and I'm still holding on to my runner on this for now. We'll see if it gets run over Monday. Platinum and plate also cut my my spot position this morning too, so I still like it, but it's not worth it. I'm glad, you know, I've been looking to clean the book up anyway for a while, and you know, it feels really good to just get out of it. I would have loved to have been more like short. I'd have some volatility, but it feels really good just to know that I saw this coming and just get out of the way, and you know, make a little bit on the vol hedge. Copper here down 1.63. So nothing broken with that, but you know, it's pulling back here. Let's just see how it reacts at 440 or maybe even 450. And then Bitcoin outside move down. Not really breaking down though. So I'll give it that. And maybe this is having to do with I don't know, if there's some Forex risk here, maybe it's going to hold up. You know, you never know with Bitcoin, because sometimes it does things, and then sometimes it works as risk off, and then sometimes it works as really risk on. It's kind of in the middle right now. You can see in the alts down a lot more. ETH failed to really break above 28, and it just keeps failing to break above 28. And a lot of these alts down a lot more, obviously. So a little bit of trouble there. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, this should be about it for today. We're at 600 spot. That was a good capitulation candle. Yeah, we're just, I mean, look at this. Look how stretched this guy is right now. That all the way to the 100 day on ES. So look at that. Look at this. Yeah, it's a little stretched. So we'll probably bounce here, and I would not buy here though. Yeah, look at the hourly RSI. Just want to get a look here. If there's a 4-hour oversold, that's usually a good buy level. I'm not going to step in front of it in front of a Friday though, just because we're trending. You know, if they gap it up Monday, that's fine. I can play. There's ways to play reclaims and stuff like that. So for me, I'm just going to get out of the way if they want to gap it down Monday and puke it. And that's the other thing. Here's the big risk. Here's the kicker. I'm glad I just remember this. If we gap down Monday, you know, they just trained you for the last 4 weeks to buy every. They just trained you to buy every Monday gap down. So if everybody, you know, if we gap down Monday and everyone buys it, I think it could get run over. That's the real risk here, I think. Just something to think about. So anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. Again, you guys take care. Don't forget to come find me on carnivoretrades.com. I will see you guys all on Monday.